Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Today we're going to be answering a subscriber question from one of the previous 3 videos that I uploaded this week. And before we get into that, I want to say thank you for all the support on those videos. A lot of thumbs up, a lot of comments. Really appreciate it. Some of you guys are sharing that stuff on social media platforms. Really do appreciate it. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're kind of wondering why there's a bunch of content coming up every single day, well, I'm trying something new. Trying to get in front of the camera, trying to answer some basic questions as quickly as possible, trying to keep it under 5 minutes, minus the intro, and just trying to upload every single day for the next 30 days to see if the YouTube algorithm will like me and treat my channel a little bit better. So, with that said, I'm going to read a question that's right here, so if it looks like I'm looking down and away from the camera, it's because I am. So, alright, so our question is from Mike Johnson. He goes, at FishOfHex, can you make a short video on how you define an alkalinity swing? I have seen this topic and debated and often hear of a range from 0.5 to 1 DKH in a day. From your experience, when do you start to see swings really hurting SPS or hurt SPS? And in terms of alkalinity, how do you define stability? For example, if I'm consistently at a range of 8.5 to 9, is that consistent, or should it not fluctuate within the 0.5 range very much? Thanks for the consideration. Okay, so when it comes to alkalinity, I've talked about this a lot on the channel. This is all my opinion here. I personally feel that alkalinity is one of the top 3 most important water parameters within your reef tank. The other 2 would be nitrates and phosphates. Everything else can kind of take a back seat, but yeah, alkalinity is extremely important, especially in your SPS reef tanks, aquaporas, SPS. Even if you're LPS tanks, alkalinity stability is pretty important. Now, for the last part there where you said, is 8.5 to 9 a good fluctuation? Yeah. That's pretty good. For me personally, I'll put a graph up. I try to stay a little bit within that if I can. It is pretty easy with a calcium reactor. For example, I have some numbers here. A high of 7.67 to 7.1 or 7.71 and a low of 7.44. So it's a pretty decent fluctuation, nothing too crazy, but that 0.5 is a great goal, and if you can stay within that, I don't feel any reason why you need to make any other adjustments, unless you're seeing some negative side effects, which I highly doubt you're going to see anything with a 0.5 fluctuation. When you start getting into 1 to 2 point fluctuations in a day with an SPS reef tank, you really could start seeing some problems. Now, one thing that I want to mention is the alkalinity fluctuation alone isn't exactly everything that's going to cause damage to your reef tank. I find that if you have alkalinity of fluctuations on top of another water parameter that's not where it should be, like if you have fluctuations in temperature on top of alkalinity, you're going to have problems. If you have really low nutrients and you have alkalinity fluctuations, you're going to have problems. So if all your other water parameters are where they should be and they're stable and consistent, a 1 point fluctuation in DKH really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Again, every system's going to be different. Even when I had a smaller SPS reef tank over by my old office that used to be desk back over there, that thing would tolerate 2 points a day with no problems, and there was aquapora in it. But for some reason, this tank doesn't like that. So every system's going to be different. I mean, there are so many other factors, and I'm not a marine biologist, and I'm sure play a role in how an alkalinity fluctuation would. My nose is itchy. You're over here freaking picking it, but how a fluctuation will be impacted. So there's other things and other variables in the tank that could cause issues. So I really wouldn't worry about the 0.5. I think you're fine with that, so stay there. Now, what I think is most important when it comes to alkalinity is just keeping it stable, keeping it in a range. Don't go from really low to really high within a couple weeks. I'm not even talking about within a few days, which you consider a swing. Like even if month by month basis, if you're going from 7 to 10 to 7 to 10, you just keep swapping out every few weeks. Yeah, that's going to be stressful. The point is to just stay in the middle. I think 8.5 is a really good range to stay in, 8.59, and just keep it there. And you know, we keep it there by consistently dosing and all that good stuff that we talked about in previous videos. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else that I missed on this question here. I don't think so. Now again, you can ask somebody else who has a totally different system, and they might say that a 0.5 is too much. I guess at the end of the day, the smaller the swing, the better you can be. But if you're doing everything you can, you have a trident set up, you have calcium reactor, or even 2-part dosing, and you're doing everything you possibly can to keep that range, and is still doing a 0.5 or even a 1, and your system is fine, it is what it is, okay? But if you find that you're having issues, then maybe consider finding a more consistent method of dosing calcium alkalinity to increase that stability. So that's pretty much it for the video. I didn't want to draw it out too long. We're 4 minutes and 50 seconds in, minus intro. Yeah, that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll answer them. All right, peace.